What's up guys, my name's Sadat. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So in today's video I am bringing you guys another formation review on the 4-2-3-1 formation. So it was used a lot last year. It was the most popular formation in FIFA 19. From what I could see, every competitive player, pretty much everyone used the 4-2-3-1. It was the go-to formation and it was the one which fitted the meta the best. So this is the team I'm using. I've been through this team so many times, guys. You guys are probably seeing this video on a different day or something, and you guys are thinking, what am I talking about? I'm making several videos on the same day right now, so I've literally talked about these players already. So in goal I have Kepa, Pereira, Laporte, Zuma, Roussillon, Rabiot, Ndombele. Then we have Ayor and we have Fekir in the cam role, Lacazette and Ben Yedder up top. So guys, that is the team I'm using. Now let's get into the game plans, let's get into custom tactics and the player instructions. Now getting into the custom tactics, guys, we are using the game plans. Now we have balanced on the offensive and the defensive style. 6 bars of width for the defensive style and we have 5 bars of depth. Then for the offensive style, I have balanced width, we got it at 5 bars. Players in the box have it at 3 bars, corners have it at 3 bars, and for free kicks have it at 1 bar. Now this is how the team lines up. So you got Fekir in the central cam role, Ben Yedder on the right, Ayor on the left, Rabiot and Ndombele in the defensive midfielder roles, and then we have the original back 4 and Lacazette up top. Now getting into the player instructions, stay back core attacking on both fullbacks. On my left defensive midfielder, stay back core attacking cover centre. On my right DM, stay back core attacking cover centre. On my central cam, stay forward. On my right cam, I have stay forward, and on my left cam, I have nothing on my left cam. And on my striker, I just have stay forward. Now getting into attacking game plan, so we have pressure on heavy touch, 5 bars of width for the defensive style. The depth I have it 3 bars away from the max. Offensive style we got it at balanced. Width I've got it 3 bars away from the max. Players in the box I've got it at 6 bars. Corners have it at 3 bars, and for free kicks I have it at 1 bar. Now this is how the team lines up. Now getting into the player instructions, balanced on both fullbacks. Then we have nothing on the defensive midfielders. On my cam, stay forward, get into the box for the cross. On my right cam, stay forward, get into the box for the cross. And on my left cam, we also have stay forward and get into the box for the cross. And for my striker, I have stay forward. I'm getting into the ultra attacking game plan. So you have constant pressure, width have it at 6 bars, depth have it 2 bars away from the max. For the offensive style, I have fast build up. For width, I've got it 4 bars away from the max. Players in the box have it 2 bars away from the max. Corners, I have it at 5 bars. Free kicks have it at 5 bars also. So the team lines up the same in the ultra attacking game plan, so no changes there. Then we have joined the attack on both fullbacks. We have player striker on one of my centre backs. Then we have get forward aggressive interceptions on both DMs. Then on my central cam, stay forward, get into the box for the cross. And on my right cam, I have stay forward, get into the box for the cross, aggressive interceptions. And we have stay forward, get into the box, aggressive interceptions on my left cam. And on my striker, I have stay forward and aggressive interceptions. I'm not sure if I mentioned it already, but on my central cam I also have the same as what I have on my left and my right cam, which is also aggressive interception, stay forward and get into the box for the cross. So those are the custom tactics, those are the player instructions for the ultra attacking game plan. Now getting into ultra defensive, so you have drop back, we have width at 4 bars, then for the depth I have it at 2 bars. Now getting into the offensive style, I have the width on 5 bars. For players in the box I have it at 3 bars. For corners and free kicks I have them at 1 bar each. Now the team lines up the same in the ultra defensive game plan also. Stay back core attacking on both fullbacks, stay back core attacking cover centre. On my left DM, stay back core attacking cover centre. On my right DM, we have come back on defense on my central cam, and I've come back on defense on my right cam, come back on defense also on my left cam. So I've come back on defense on my striker as well. So everything's pretty much self-explanatory. It's what you'd expect from a ultra defensive game plan. Now those are my game plans, those are the custom tactics and player instructions for every mentality. Now let's get into the gameplay. Now getting into the gameplay, guys. First team we come up against someone with Rashford, Vardy. Now I believe this footage is before Player of the Month Vardy was released as an SBC. So I don't even think this guy was able to get a Vardy at the time. So I believe in this video I've still got the team with Fekir, Lacazette, players like that. I've changed my team since. I've got a new team. I believe Ben Yedder was also in this team I'm using in this video. So this footage is quite old, to be honest with you guys. But gameplay still gameplay, to be honest with you guys. And I've had this video planned for quite a long time, haven't really got around to making it because formation reviews do take a lot of editing, to be honest with you guys. In comparison to other things, everything does take quite a bit of editing, but formation reviews do take that extra bit of editing, so that's why I kind of held off of this formation review for quite a bit. So in this game I was playing a Premier League team, as you guys saw, a cheap one, to be honest with you guys, but you can't underestimate these Premier League teams. They are extremely overpowered. The Premier League is the go-to league for most people when you've got players like Rashford, cheap overpowered players, then they're gonna cause you problems. Now I do manage to eventually get my set piece off. I managed to make it 4-0, and this was a high scoring game from what I can remember. And these gameplay videos are very long, to be honest with you guys, because I'm scoring so many goals. I'm conceding quite a few as well, which I need to really prevent. I need to improve my defensive play, and I need to sort it out. Ben Yedder is on the ball right here. This guy brings his keeper out because he's just frustrated here. Tries to get the ball. I make it 5-0 just before half time. So I believe this is straight after half time now, and it's 5-0. I'm just waiting for this guy to quit already. I don't know what he's waiting for. It's 5-0. There's no way, to be honest with you guys, I am letting this guy back into the game. I try and go with the attitude, never say never, especially on FIFA, because you know how momentum works on this game. You know how momentum can switch from one player to the other. All your opposition needs is that one goal. That gives them confidence to go score 2-3 more. So you can never really say a game's over until it is actually over. And you see that with loads of games on this channel, to be honest with you guys. And I do go ahead. I concede one here with Jamie Vardy, but 84 minutes in, is there any way, even mathematically, that this guy can score 5 goals in the last 6 in-game minutes? Not really, to be honest with you guys. A very, very slim chance, pretty much impossible. I do go ahead, I extend my lead, make it 7-1, and we get a lengthy scoreline for the first game. So that's quite long right there. How many minutes of this video? 3 minutes 29 on the first game. That just shows you guys how many goals I'm scoring. And this guy has Player of the Month, Aubameyang. Now, if you guys completed Player of the Month Aubameyang, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm curious to see. But it looks like a nice card. I understand why people are tempted to go ahead and get him, but at the time I believe the SBC was not at all worth it, and it was just a ridiculous sum of coins for a +1 upgrade, when it is quite likely that Aubameyang's going to get another Player of the Month card, get an inform or something. He only needs a +1 rating on his overall rating, and it'll be better than his Player of the Month anyway, or the same level, I mean. So 2 ratings more, he's better than that Player of the Month card, which is a ridiculous price. If you really want Aubameyang, you can just buy his normal card. So that's why most people held off of doing him. But for the people who did do him, which was this guy included, I came up against him. Obviously he is going to be a good card, but nothing too impressive. Nothing where I'm blown out of the water, if that's the saying. But nothing where I was literally like, this Aubameyang card is absolutely ridiculous, I have to do him. But it is 2-1 at this point. I do go 2-1 down. I didn't know how that happened. I haven't really been watching the highlights. I've just been talking to you guys. But I do eventually get a free kick in my own half, and I do eventually manage to pass the ball across. Lacazette makes it 2-2 in the 73rd minute, and now it's game on again. I can get another goal and win it, but unfortunately for myself, it stays 2-2, and that is how the game ended. Now getting into, I believe this is the 3rd game of the video. I come up against someone with a FUT Champions Wijnaldum. So anyone with a FUT Champions card, you have to be wary of them, especially if they've got a good one, because it is quite likely that they are very good players and they have finished quite well in FUT Champions. So Lacazette managed to get a fake shot off there, and he puts it into the back of net with a nice shot right there, makes that 1-0, and we're looking to extend our lead here. Ben Yedder plays the ball to Ndombele, and Ndombele at the time was very good. Now we're getting later on in the game cycle. We're now in November, we're coming up to December, so the game's going on. We've just finished the road to the final promo, I do believe, or we're in the middle of the road to the final promo, I'm not 100% sure, but we've had quite a few promos. We've had the Scream promo, we've had Wants to Watch promo, I'm not sure what other promos we've had, to be honest with you guys, but we've had a few, maybe not too many, but we have had a few. So this game has felt like it's been out for quite a bit of time. So it is 2-1 currently in this game, and this guy's the ball with Fabinho, plays it to Wijnaldum back to Fabinho. This guy's trying to open my team up. I tackle him, gets the ball back. EA need to sort out. My keeper makes a good save, but unfortunately for me, my opponent gets the rebound, and from that rebound he manages to make it 2-2, and then we're back to square one. Ndombele plays the ball to Lacazette. Lacazette's on the ball right here. I'm looking for that space, I'm trying to weave in and out of players, and I do get a shot off, and this keeper manages to parry it out for a corner. And from the corner here, we're trying to work something, we're trying drag backs, I'm trying to look for some open space. Fekir takes the shot, we manage to get a bounce back to myself, and Ben Yedder's there to save the day and makes it 3-2. But the question is, are we going to be able to hold on to that lead? Are we even going to be able to extend it or anything? And we're going to find that out right here with Fekir on the ball. I lose the ball, I get dispossessed. Ion manages to get the ball, and he is there to collect it, and then I play the ball to Fekir. Fekir turns his defender, makes that 4-2, so it's 4-2 here. So we do go ahead and manage to get that 4-2 win. Now getting into what I believe is the last game, or the second to last game of the video. This guy has a Hazard on loan, he has a Munir, so I am led to believe maybe he was going for icon swap objectives at this point, I'm not too sure. But I do go ahead and manage to get a rebound here with Rabiot. A bit lucky there, but we'll take every bit of luck we can get. If the luck's going your way, you have to take it. Ben Yedder's on the ball, he gets dispossessed by my opponent. Lewandowski plays it through to Lucas Vazquez, and he does get a rebound with Hazard. Did he bring Lewandowski on? I'm not 100% sure. I think he brought his Lewandowski on when he found out that I wasn't messing about. But it is 1-1 right here. Ayor, and I'm not sure who the other midfielder was. Fekir doing some nice 1-2 play. Rabiot's on the ball. Rabiot plays the ball to Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder to Lacazette. Lacazette manages to find some space. I don't know what this guy is doing with his defender right there. I don't know why he didn't press me or go to his man, and I punish him for that and make it 2-1 right there. Now in the 80th minute, I'm looking to extend my lead, and are we going to do that? That is exactly what we do with Ayor, and he makes it 3-1. 81 minutes in, we're in a very good position in the game, and are we gonna score another? We'll wait and see here. Witsel loses the ball, he manages to regain it back with Lewandowski. Royce on the run here. Royce cuts back, plays the ball to Hazard. Hazard to Royce. Royce gets past two of my defenders, manages to put the score to 3-2, and then it is going to be very tense for the last minute or two of the game, and then I do manage to get the ball and score with Lacazette. So Lacazette manages to score a goal, and I do go ahead and we win that game 4-2. So guys, that is the gameplay right there. Now let's get into the pros and cons of this formation. Now getting into the pros and cons of this formation. So I did write these down quite a bit of time ago, so I do have to remind myself of what I actually wrote down as the pros and cons. If you guys are here just to read it and you want to get this over and done with, you can read them quickly, but I'll go through them over again with you guys just in case you want them explained more. So the first pro I wrote was that 2 CDMs provide great defensive cover. So this is self-explanatory. The DMs act as players to protect your back four. They're totally in control of protecting your defense and making sure they are in front of them and making sure no balls can get past them. They basically provide an extra layer in your squad, an extra spine to the squad before your opposition can have access to the back four. So that explains that. So 3 cams providing attacking support for the strikers. So obviously with 3 cams you have more attacking ideas. Your strikers aren't left isolated. Well, I mean your striker, because there's only one striker in this formation. And the 2 wide cams, they do act as strikers in their own regard, and they do contribute a lot to the attacking play. If you get the shot off with your striker and you're looking for a rebound, more likely than not your right cam or your left cam is there to put the ball away. And if you have a right cam or left cam with good shooting, that is going to help score a lot of goals as well. That's going to help your team a lot in regards to scoring more goals. Now there's also a balanced part to this formation, both offensively and defensively. So that comes to the 4-back. So defensive wise, you've got good structure with the 4-back there, and then you got 2 DMs acting as the defensive cover for your back 4. So they're playing the defensive role and making sure you are solid defensive wise. And then attacking wise, you have 3 cams and you also have a striker as well. So attacking wise, that is very good. You're looking very strong, not only on the attacking standpoint but also from the defensive standpoint as well. Fullbacks provide the wide cover, so you might worry about there not being enough wide cover without any wingers. You may be lost for ideas with a lack of wingers. You might be forced to play down the center of the pitch, but what the fullbacks offer is that bit of wide play. If your opposition wants to press you down the wings and see space down the wide flanks of the midfield and of the pitch, then you're gonna have your fullbacks there to sniff out any danger, and they're gonna make sure they get a foot in. The cams also create extra space. That goes to the fact that they're going to be making a lot of runs as they are attacking minded players. They're always looking for that pocket of space, looking for that ball that can be played to them, and they're going to be active in your opposition's box and your opposition's half of the pitch. So if they're actively making runs, then it's going to cause problems for your opposition. They're going to have to make a lot of defensive runs, and the AI is going to have to mark your players a lot, and sometimes they won't be able to keep up, and your players will create lots of space for other players to get into, and a lot of space will just be created for you attacking wise. It also is a great formation for controlling games. This comes back to the great structure this formation has. It's good for playing a variety of ways. It's good for the possession play with the cams who are very comfortable on the ball. The DMs, if you lose the ball, they allow for quick retrieval of the ball, and it also has a great structure, as I've mentioned already, and it is very organized. So it's very simple. We've got the 4-back, we've got the 2 DMs helping defensive wise and also getting the ball forward to the cams. Then you've got the cams and the striker, which is the attacking parts of this formation. So the cons of this formation, there's no wingers and it can create a lack of wide play. This goes back to the whole versatility side of a formation. You look at whether the formation is versatile or not, and this formation isn't too versatile when you're looking at it attacking wise and you're looking at it through the wide play standpoint. So a formation like the 4-4-2 where you can play from the front as well as from the back. With a formation like the 4-1-2-1-2 wide variation, you can play down the center of the pitch and also down the sides of the pitch, so you don't really have that aspect in this formation unless you want to commit your fullbacks high up the pitch, which I wouldn't recommend too much, or you're going to be exposed down the sides of the pitch. The cams usually don't have enough pace to fill in for the winger role, so basically your wide cams, your ram and your lamb, they could sometimes try to play that winger role as they are getting out more wide, and if you see that ball down the wing and you want to play the ball to them, then they're not going to have enough pace, they're not going to have enough stamina as well, because they're going to be coming central, they're going to be pushing out wide, so you're going to see them get tired later on in the game. So that is a huge con. So one of the key aspects you're looking for in a cam is definitely stamina. You want a cam with good stamina to be able to attend to the center as well as the sides of the pitch when you're looking for a quick counter attack down the sides of the pitch. Also, with your cams being in an advanced role in the midfield, because an attacking midfield role is the most advanced midfield role you can play, so if they're pushed up so much in that midfield role, you're leaving a gap between the cams and a DM where a centre mid would originally be. So your DMs are going to have to cover for that. They're going to have to push forward and cover that space, so you're not left exposed in the centre of the midfield. So they're going to have to push up, whilst they also have to drop back and provide protection for the defence as well. So guys, those are the pros and cons of this formation. Now let's get into the overall rating I gave this formation. Now getting into the overall rating of the 4-2-3-1 formation. So it has been some time since I've used this formation, and this footage was recorded quite a bit of time ago, to be honest with you guys. Since then I haven't really been focusing on formation reviews. I've just been focusing on the pros and YouTubers custom tactics and player instructions videos, so I've been doing them mainly. But I am going to get back to formation reviews. And getting into the 4-2-3-1, do I think his FUT Champions ready? Yes, of course I do. It's proved to be a solid formation throughout the past couple of years. Last year it was the meta, this year is it the meta? I'm not 100% sure. I haven't used the 4-2-3-1 enough yet, especially in this current patch of the game, so I don't know whether it is the meta. I need to play a bit more with that, but when I did use this formation, I did get majority good results. For the defensive rating, it was a 6 out of 10. Now I would love to give it higher, but the reason it didn't get higher was for the fact I couldn't keep any clean sheets. Maybe that's my fault more than the formation, but because I didn't keep any clean sheets, it had to get a lower rating for me. I'd love to have got at least 3 clean sheets out of, let's say, 4 games I did play with this formation, and then I'd be able to give it a higher rating. For the attacking rating, it was a 7.5 out of 10 because I didn't struggle to score goals at all. I thought the cams did their jobs very well. I thought the striker wasn't isolated at all, and the cams and the strikers complemented each other very well, and the cams were there providing a lot of support. And for the overall rating, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Yet again, I'll probably do an updated 4-2-3-1 formation review later on in the year, and hopefully I can get them ratings up and perform better. But I think maybe when I was using this formation, I wasn't having my best day on FIFA. And similar formations to this, I'm looking at formations more narrow in comparison to wider formations, because we haven't got any wingers in this formation. And the only formation I could really think of with the 4-back as well was the 4-2-2. In the 4-2-2 you got the 2 cams, and instead of having one striker, you have 2 strikers in the 4-2-2, and you have 2 cams in the 4-2-2 instead of the 3 cams you would have in the 4-2-3-1. So when it comes to the way formations play, I can see the 4-2-2 being the most similar to the 4-2-3-1 because of that narrow play aspect. My win-loss with this formation, I managed to get 3 wins and 1 draw out of 4 games. I managed to score 17 goals, which is not too bad in 4 games. That's decent, to be honest with you guys. It isn't too bad at all. But then we have 7 goals conceded in 4 games, which isn't good at all. And maybe that was my fault instead of the formation, but I just wasn't having a good FIFA day, I don't think, when I was playing with this formation. But hopefully I'll do an updated version maybe later on in the year. I'll see. Whenever I want to do it, whenever I get the time to do an updated 4-2-3-1 formation review, I'm sure I will take the chance and do one for you guys, as I believe I didn't do this formation the justice it deserves. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, I didn't manage to keep any clean sheets with this formation, which is very disappointing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button. I'm trying to get to, let's say, 4k subscribers. Firstly, I need to reach 3.1k. So if you guys can get subscribing, I don't tell you guys enough to subscribe, but if you guys are new around here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're watching this video right now, hit that like button down below, as it does give me an indication whether you guys are enjoying the content or not and want to see more formation reviews on the channel. So hope you guys like and subscribe the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Peace.